Ladies and gentlemen, man, once again, it is your boy Lewis. Welcome back to the Lewis Basketball Network, and I am back once again with another banger with yet another video. Like, subscribe, notification bell, man, to always receive the latest I truly provide. I truly appreciate you guys, man, for always taking the time to watch my videos, and make sure to share this video. Only help the channel grow. Truly appreciate it. I'm going to switch gears and go into baseball, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to talk about Mike Trout, the Angels outfielder who just got a 12-year, $430 million contract. Yes, I am an avid baseball fan. That is correct. I am a Yankee fan at the end of the day, but I will also say that I am a huge fan of Mike Trout. He is a two-time MVP. He is one of the best players in the game, arguably the best player in the game. Let's see. His game is very old school. Reminds me of Ricky Henderson. I mean, he's a 5-tool player. His numbers have been incredible in terms of where he ranks in Major League history through his first 8 to 9 seasons, and I believe he's entering his 9th season in the league. Right now he's 27 years old, and he's receiving a 12-year deal. Now, what do I say? I honestly don't know if he honestly deserves that much money. Now, I will say that Mike Trout, he's put in the work. I mean, he deserves to get paid. He deserves to get paid a lot of money. I just don't know what 430 now. I know what people are going to say. They're going to say, well, the money's really spread out. So it's like, you know, it's not a big. I just feel like 12 years is a lot, especially because we know in baseball, 162 game season, and then you have to kind of factor in the injuries. And then we know at some point, as Father Time always does, a player's production decreases over time. So my thing is that my fear with Mike Trout is when you get all that money, when the injury bug hits, and I'm not wishing, you know, any injuries on Mike Trout, man. I wish him nothing but the best because I'm a huge fan of his. Like a real 5-tool player. Like I said, game reminds me of Ricky Henderson a lot, the Hall of Famer. And I love watching Ricky, man. Say Ricky with the pop collar when he would hit the home runs. So you know what? I honestly think that you know, it's crazy how he's getting this much money. And then I'm talking about Bryce Harper, man. I'm surprised that he kind of went to the division rival in the Phillies. I was really surprised about that. There could have been other teams that I think he possibly could have went to and then kind of win a contender, because let's face it right now, the Washington Nationals have arguably been the most disappointing team in the last 5 seasons, maybe 5 to 6 seasons, where they've had the best record 2 or 3 times in baseball, and they've lost in the first round. Like, they didn't even make it to the NLCS, to the League Championship Series in the NLCS. It was baffling because they had a talented team, but at the same time, it's always, again, the team that's playing with the momentum in baseball. And that's usually most of the time the case, because the best team doesn't always win in terms of record. It's who's playing the best in October. So October baseball, you are playing the best, pitching, defense, hitting, two out hitting, you know, runners in scoring position. You know, you get those big RBIs. It's like you get those, you know, once you do those, you already know that the best team is always going to win. It's as simple as that. And, you know, baseball has had so many postseason memories. I mean, you know, up and down the ladder, man. I just truly appreciate postseason baseball. It's my favorite time of the year. So, you know, Bryce Harper going to the Phillies kind of really surprised me, because I thought he was going to be probably going to be a Los Angeles Dodger. But it's, you know, like I said, it's really interesting. Real interesting. At the end of the day, though, you know, he's in the Phillies. I mean, the Phillies did improve last year, and nobody really talked about them and the improvement. The expectations are going to really soar a little bit, and, you know, the Phillies are kind of going to be expected to contend for that division title. I mean, the National League East, it's the weakest it's ever been. You know, at one time it was actually pretty strong, but right now it's pretty weak, and it's like they have a chance to win the division. And you made the Nationals weaker for them getting rid of Harper and letting him go to the Phillies. But Mike Trout, I don't want his prime years to be wasted. Like, I want this guy to win a championship. I just feel like the way the Angels have constructed their team, it's just a little off to me. I remember they got all those stars with Josh Hamilton and Albert Pujols and they got all that star power, but then number one, those guys weren't producing with the bat, and then number two, they got injured. And then even when Mike Trout had the best record I think it was in the league with the Anaheim Angels in 2014, they got swept by the underdog Kansas City Royals 3-0 in the division series. And that was when Kansas City made their Cinderella run to the World Series and almost beat the Giants in 7 games. They lost in 7, but they could have, they could have won. And in my opinion, the MVP would have been Lorenzo Cain, because he was having a hell of a World Series. So shout out to Lorenzo Cain. But yeah, it's like I don't want Mike Trout to, lose the opportunity to be able to play deep into October. And the Angels, to me, have to do something, because it's like if you're going to commit that much money to a player, I just hope that he's surrounded with the right talent that they can be able to go into the postseason and win a World Series. Because, like I said, Mike Trout is already in that Hall of Fame trend right now. And it's like I want him to win to be able to cement his legacy, to say, yo, he was able not only to be able to produce on the field, but it's like he was able to get into the postseason and he was able to produce and he was able to, again, deliver a championship, to the city of Anaheim in California, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, as I really should say. So Mike Trout is a generational player. I just don't want to see his years get wasted. And it's the same thing for Bryce Harper, man. It's like I hope he has a bounce back season, and it's like I want both of these guys to win. I want with the talent that they came in with, and the fact that those guys have developed into very special players. Bryce Harper's an MVP. Mike Trout, again, 2-time MVP. I want these guys to be able to, cement themselves in baseball lore and win World Series. Will it happen? Who knows? They have time. They're still young. I just hope that the teams that they're on properly build around them where they can win. Because it's like you don't want the narrative of it's like he has the numbers to get in the Hall of Fame, but it's like he was never able to win. But it's like the Baseball Hall of Fame shouldn't even be based on that. It should be based on what did the guy do in their time when they played in their generation. Was that player one of the best or the best player of their generation? And so Mike Trout is definitely one of the best players of his generation, and it's the same thing with Bryce Harper. And the crazy part is that they still have years ahead of them, man. Their best years ahead of them. And the only thing I'm hoping is that those guys can stay healthy. I mean, that's going to be the key thing. The biggest key thing to a long career, especially if you're talented and to have a long, successful career, you have to be healthy. And like I said, I just hope that those guys are able to do their thing. But, I just think 430 is just a little too much for me, man. It's like he just got a record-breaking contract. That's crazy. $430 million, man. It's incredible. But I got to shout out to Rob Manfred and what he's doing for the game of baseball. Like, he's really improving it. He's just doing an exceptional job, and we need more commissioners in sports like him. So once again, shout out to Rob Manfred. Shout out to Mike Trout, man, one of my favorite players in the league. Shout out to Bryce Harper, one of my favorite players in the league. Man, those are two dangerous bats, man. And it's like they can hit for average, they can hit for power. And like I said, Mike Trout is just about the perfect foul tool player, man. It's incredible, man. He's just doing big things. So once again, this is your boy Lewis with another one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Do you think Mike Trout, was it justifiable that he got those $430 million? Is it fair? Or was it too much, in your eyes? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. To all my baseball lovers out there, man. And Los Angeles Angels fans, man, bless up. One love, peace. Thanks for watching.